Okay, now let's take a look at an example. This example is actually given in your lab manual as well. So f of x equals to x cube minus 13x minus 12. So this is the polynomial of which we want to find the roots, and this is 3. So there are 3 roots. So first we made an assumption, that is the first step. Step 1 is x0, x1 and x2, initial assumption. Now it is given in your book or in your lab manual, same, is equals to 4.5, 5.5 and 5. Okay, you can try some other assumption as well, other values as well. Okay, it will give you almost the same result. So x1, x0, x1 and x2, then in 2. Now then what I have to do, I have to calculate f of x0. That means I have to calculate f of 4.5. You can do that using the symbolic math function that was shown in your second lecture. Okay. So the calculated value that was found was 20.6, like this. Okay. Then I have f of x1. F of x1 is equals to 82 point something, and f of x2, it was found as 48. Okay. Now in the next step, what you do, using this value, so remember I have to find the parabola. So to find the parabola, first I need to calculate these 4 parameters. Then using these 4 parameters, I will find a, b and c. Okay, so if we come here, the 4 parameters are, first start with h0. H0 was x1 minus x0, so that is like x1 minus x0, 5.5 minus 4.5, that is 1. Then h1 was x2 minus x1, that is minus 0.5. Okay, similarly you can calculate del 0, that was this one minus this one divided by h0, so it actually comes as 62 point something, and del 1 comes as 69 point something. Okay, 69 point something. Okay. So now I have these 4 parameters. Once I calculate these 4 parameters, I can calculate my a, b and c. So a comes as 15, b comes as 62.5, 62 point something, and c comes as 48. That means the equation of my parabola is actually, we can say, that is 15x square plus 62x plus 48. Okay, this is the equation of my parabola. Okay, let's keep it here for now. Y is equals to this. So once we find the parabola, we want to find the root of the parabola next. So the next step is find the root. The root r is equals to 2c divided by b plus minus root over b square minus 4c. But first we need to decide which one we want to take. So you have the value of b. So if you calculate b square minus 4ca, let's calculate, I have to calculate it. 62.25, 25 square minus 4 into 48 into 15. So this is okay. So this is 995, something like this. If we take the root of it like this, it becomes, so this portion, the determinant, root over this, the root over the whole portion, which is like 31.5. So if we calculate first b plus this portion, that is equals to, that gives me 31.5 plus b, that is like around 100. Okay, and if I calculate b minus this portion, that is 31.5, that gives me around 30. So obviously this one is higher, so I should take the plus value. Okay, the plus value. So my r becomes 2c divided by b plus root over b square minus 4ca. Okay, So this is the route that I am going to use. This is closer to the x-axis. Okay. So this is the fifth step. What is the sixth step? The sixth step is I have to find the new point. Okay. You can check. You can pause the video and check. Okay, if you forget, write these things down in your notebook. It will be much easier to follow. Then I need to find the new point. So what is my new point? X0, x1, x2. So this is my x3 is equals to my previous point x2 plus this r, this new point, that is r. Okay, so my x2 was probably 5 plus this r will be something negative. There should be a minus, I think. Okay, so whatever the value that comes, it is given here as 3.97. Okay, so this is my new value, the new point that I'm going to use for our next iteration. That was the sixth step. What was the seventh step? In the next step, I'm going to find the approximation error. My present approximation was 3.97. My last approximation was 5, the last point, divided by 3.97 to take the relative. And I don't want to take minus value, I want to take really absolute value, multiple by 100. So you will find around 25%. You will find around 25% error. It is showing 25% error. That is too large. Okay, that means I have to iterate again. So what I'm going to do in the next step, I had previously, before starting this point, I have x1, x0, x1, x2, and from this iteration I found a new point x3. But in the next iteration I am going to use x1, x2 and x3. Okay, using this 3 value I am going to run the whole portion again, this whole portion. Okay, this portion again, calculate this, calculate A up to this, calculate new point. Let's say after using this I get a new point x4. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to forget this one and carry on the calculation using x2, x3 and x4. This way, the more iteration I perform, I will get this operation will converge towards the root of our polynomial that we are trying to find. Okay, so I hope it is clear. If it is not clear, just go through the video. Okay, in the next video I'm going to show you how to write the code in MATLAB. Okay, this is very simple, this is very straightforward.